Bas, are you there?
Roger, Vilas ji.
Just a minute, just a minute. Just a minute,
Yeah.
just a minute. Oh. Yeah, word Parth.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, Vilas ji, all other friends. Yeah, I just logged in. I am not ready,
But you can share some of your experiences about Fox and
give me a few minutes because I just logged in. I am not in a comfortable situation to explain. Give me
okay,
another 2
okay,
minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes.
okay. I can wait because that Parth is yet to join. I'll request
Oh.
Milin to call him on landline. I don't know what happened because I called him. He said he's getting ready. Parth, are you there? No, Parth has not yet joined. See, friends, I just wanted to share the background of today's presentation. Parth is youngest ham in our group. He is just 17 years old, and he joined us very recently. Did his 10th standard, and right now he's in 11th standard. But surprisingly, he made a beautiful radio telescope, which was appreciated by NCRA director Mr. Gupta. It's really honor for Pune Hams as well as Parth. And then we could see his progress in ham radio. He was given responsibility to conduct antenna workshop for College of Engineering students. He did it so successfully. All the faculties and everybody was very, very impressed. Also, he conducted the Fox Hunt very successfully last week. So I thought, why not make a experience sharing? And we have also invited Das to Delta Hotel, who is a winner of several Fox Hunts in South. Whatever I could witness, I think one or two Fox Hunts I witnessed in South, and he's the winner. So he know the trick of the trade. So he will also share some of his experience. Let's hope Parth join us anytime. Parth, are you there? If you are there, please
Yeah,
switch on
I'm
your
there.
camera, and we will give you. Yeah, he has joined. So good morning, Parth, and everybody
Good
on
morning, sir.
frequency. Without spending much time, I have already given his introduction. I will request Parth to start his presentation. Over to Parth.
I think it is visible, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay, so I'll start. Good morning, everyone. My name is Parth Nanishwardarade, and my call sign is VU3ZNE, VU3 Zulu November Eco. And I'm here to give a presentation on amateur radio direction finding. Today, we will explore how it contributes to the skill development and the popularization of ham radio. As you know, fox hunting is a very fun task to do and a very social task to do. So it attracts new people into the hobby uh, and also uh, gives them technical hands-on experience. So first we will take a look at what is fox hunting. Fox hunting, also known as amateur radio direction finding, is a radio sport. It's about the challenge of finding uh, hidden transmitters using radio direction finding techniques. Uh, the purpose of this presentation is not only on fox hunting, but also on why fox hunting matters in the world of ham radio. And it's not just a fun activity, it's also a significant contribution to the growth of ham radio. In recent years, there is a resurgence of interest in ham radio and uh, related activities. It is fox hunting is at the forefront of this resurgence, drawing in newcomers and veterans also. Beyond its entertainment value, fox hunting offers a unique opportunity for developing a range of valuable skills. These skills extend beyond radio operations, like orienting using a map, compass, navigation, problem solving, and physical fitness also. As we will explore fox hunting will with in more detail, you will see how it enhances our skill set and encourages radio participation. So let's dive in and discover this exciting world of fox hunting. So let's start with the history. Fox hunting with radios has its origin in the 20th century, when the world wars were uh, just about to start. So this technique was used for detecting radio stations, spies, and the jamming devices that were used during World War One and World War Two. Uh, and radio direction finding was employed by both sides, Axis and Allies, uh, for destroying the enemy communications. So after the wars, fox hunting became a popular recreational activity within the ham radio community, and it gained traction. And the competitive fox hunting started with the start of ham radio. Uh, so uh, Emilia Earhart, one of the most America's uh, pioneer in women aviation. She was having a world tour from and she disappeared uh, in the Pacific Ocean over Holland Island. So one of the reasons to her disappearance was her failure to do radio direction finding. She, as you can see at the plane there, I'll take my laser pointer. There is a antenna here, loop antenna, which she was supposed to use to direction find a ship called uh, Itexa, Itasca. I don't know the correct pronunciation, but it was a Coast Guard ship, and she was supposed to find it using the radio direction finding equipment, and she was supposed to land on the Holland Island. Uh, and her fuel was pretty low, but the problem was lack of communication between her and the ship, and uh, she didn't know Morse code. That was the first, and she didn't know how to direction find using radios, which caused her death as well as her partner. Uh, so yeah, that's it. And the first recorded use for radio direction finding for recreational purpose was done by Amateur Radio Club of Stockholm, and Sweden also uh, hosted the first international fox hunting competition in Stockholm itself. So Sweden and Stockholm were birthplaces of fox hunting. So let's look at primary objectives of fox hunting. One of the primary objectives is to enhance the skill of amateur radio enthusiasts. It challenges participants to improve their radio communication and direction finding techniques. Fox hunting plays a crucial role in popularizing ham radio by creating uh, an exciting and engaging activity. So people tend to be curious about what these people are doing with their antennas. So and it offers a uh, testing ground for radio equipments and different radio direction finding techniques. Some may think that I will triangulate this day, and some will find that no, triangulation is not working that accurately. I will add a fourth method of like I'll add more measurements, or I will take different types of measurements. I will use different type of geometries, different antennas, and so on and so. And it provides a fun experience for hams and SWLs. So yeah, it will keep their interest in the hobby much longer. So I talked about that fox hunting helps in skill development. So, as you may know, fox hunting sharpens our ability to locate hidden transmitters accurately using radio communication. This is a valuable skill for any radio operator, because you might have to find interference sources, or if you are planning on going into the military or defense side, you have to find communication posts, listening posts. So yeah, it will help you in that. Uh, it also helps in map and compass navigation if you are doing this on a very large scale, like actual fox, like using cars or boats to find uh, the hidden fox. Um, it also encourages physical fitness. You will have to reach the fox first, and uh, many clubs put their fox on a top of a mountain or something. So you will have to break the mountain faster than everybody else does. So that will give you a head. It also encourages problem solving and teamwork. So if there are four people, some might agree on something and some might disagree. This activity also lets them act as a team, and uh, challenges them to find a common way and the most efficient way of uh, solving the problem using teamwork. It Fox hunting also helps in ham radio popularization. So most of the people in COAP didn't even know what an ham radio is, uh, what an radio is even. Most of them were mechanical engineers. uh, so they will get an hands-on experience on what exactly is a radio. Uh, and fox hunting is also attractive for newcomers. They will see this as a very fun thing to do. Uh, and it popularizes through competitive spirit. So, like, uh, there are there were many teams in the fox hunt, and one might win, and the other might think, hey, we should compete more. And this was the first fox hunt was not fair. This was only one chance. I will need more chances, so they will uh, get into the hobby more. So it also makes them realize what exactly hams do. So why to give licenses when you have mobile phones or uh, anything else like digital communication, internet? So when uh, when I tell them that fox hunting is used for disaster preparedness and disaster management, they will have, oh my god, this fun activity. We see it as a fun activity, but it has many real world uses to it. And this gives them the realization that a radio operator is not just a happy jolly 80-year-old retired electrician who is just love with his job. He's actually playing a part in the society, and he's actually helping the society to be prepared. So let's take a look at what some of the equipments in fox hunt is. So first of all, there's the antenna, good and favorably directional antennas. There is the radio and electronics. So you will actually want a radio or a field transmitter. The cheapest one is a Baofeng, or you can go for the much fancy radios and fancy electronics. Some even use two or three antenna ports to actually give the position of the fox. You will also need a map and compass if you are doing it on a large scale in a like 30-kilometer or more scale. Uh, you may also use a rope of a fixed length to use it to triangulate the position. So the rope of the fixed line creates a baseline. So like I have a rope like this. So one person will stand here and one person will hold the rope at here, and say they have fixed it at 5 meters. So they can triangulate the position of the beacon using the rope and or a tape. So that's so when choosing the antenna, you want it to reduce the interference. You don't want to chase the AC or reflections. Uh, so you want it to be directional uh, at the first stages, because you don't know where the fox is, and so you will get a idea about at what direction the fox is in the first stages. And in the end, you may choose to not have an antenna at all, or a short dipole to check the field strength around the area. But it takes a lot more time than just using a directional antenna like an Yagi antenna. Some do overkill and use parabolic antennas too, but this does not apply to VHF fox hunting. This can be done for like gigahertz level fox hunting. There are types of events in fox hunting. There's the classic one where the transmitter uh, transmits the signal continuously or periodically. So, like it will transmit for 30 seconds and it will time out for 1 minute, and then it will transmit for 30 seconds again. So now teams can triangulate at multiple points, or they can chase the radio throughout the time the beacon is active. There is the another type of event called as a spirit event. So this beacon is only active for the first stage. So the participants will have to guess where the location of the uh, transmitter is based on their by not actually chasing the transmitter, and they will have to use techniques like triangulation and so on. uh, and they can take multiple triangulation points because they can move in this spirit type of event. But what difference is in the spirit and the mail-in is that you can the participants can move in a spirit type of event. This it is, however, discouraged to move in the direction of the fox to chase the fox, but they can move during the spirit type of event in the set amount of time. But mail-in is when no one is allowed to move. Everyone stays at the bases, and they will have to use their current location uh, to take the guess, and they will have to. They cannot check if the transmitter is actually there. So spirit will the ones who are playing spirit will have to go there and pick up the fox, while mail-in is uh, when they cannot check if their answer is right. They will just write that the fox it as Vitar Hills. So if if the fox is actually at Vitar Hills, they will win. Some methods of RDF, so like uh, using Yagi antenna or normal antenna, we are actually means some people may think it as a telescope. So we are using a telescope to look or a binocular to look where the object is. But some of them use the wave properties of the electromagnetic radio waves to actually help in radio direction finding. So first of this is the Doppler shift effect. So like if the source is here and my I am mobile, and I'm mobile in a car, and I know what my bearing and direct speed is, and if I'm going uh, beside the like near the source, I can figure out the direction from my car using the Doppler shift effect. Because this distance, I maybe I should illustrate it. So, like if my car is going in this direction and there is the source here, so the Doppler shift will be the suppose this is length x. So Doppler shift will be dx, which means the velocity, which means the rate at which this changes. So if you do geometry and calculus, all using a computer or a paper, if you are the old school one, so you can find out where the direction of the source is. The second one is phase. So you have two antennas, and there is a difference in arrival of the waves. which will give you a difference in phase. You cannot actually measure the time difference in this using the conventional clock method, but you can use the difference in the phases that you get here, because uh, this has a this antenna will receive the phase first as compared to this one. So whatever phase shift happens in this distance, you can use that to find this distance and find the angle. So you can use phase for that also. Let's study the case of COEP Foxhunt. So over 40 students from COEP participated in the event, demonstrating the growth of ham interest and ham radio activities among young people. Uh, we also conducted a hands-on workshop for them to build these antennas. Uh, so they were pretty excited to build their own antennas, and we also told them to take these antennas home after the Fox hunt is completed, so they can use it in their satellite teams or something, anything they want. So we also taught them about Smith charts and how exactly do you tune the antenna, what the hairpin band actually does. Uh, Most of them were from mechanical engineering background, so they didn't even know what a distributed element model is. So we had to teach. So Nitura ma'am actually had to give a lecture in the middle of the presentation that what actually a distributed element model and what exactly a Smith chart and antenna tuning is. So they also this guy right here. His name is just I forget these names a lot. Uh, Pushkar, yeah, Pushkar. So Pushkar built an Arduino-based beacon, Morse code beacon for the with a Baofeng and Arduino. It used a relay to trigger the PTT, and it used the PWM method to generate the tone of Morse code. And Mangesh provided the Raspberry Pi Fox, and I really appreciate Pushkar that he took in the time and effort to build a Arduino beacon. And actually, the Raspberry Pi beacon's power was so low that and the COAP was full of obstructions and buildings, so you could not take a guess uh, where the signal is coming from, because you may not even be hearing the signal. It was so weak. So Pushkar's Baofeng beacon uh, was much more powerful, and it was an actual Foxhunt Foxhunt worthy. uh, yeah, these guys here, they took a risk, and they like if you go on the Walt Whitman way, the path less trodden by, and they made their own antenna design with my help, with the help of my laptop and the Yagi CAD software. Their antenna featured a higher front to back ratio, so they changed the spacing of this given element from here to here, and they found out that this gives a higher front to back ratio than the others. This is Anushka Sato, Ritika Mahajan, Shubham Deshmukh, and this is me, VU3 Zulu Eco Parth. I appreciate their initiative to take risk and come up with something of their own. There are certain challenges to fox hunt, to conducting a fox hunt in today's world. So uh, one of them is the reflections and obstructions. So if you look at this UAP campus here, so this is the entrance, this is the ANTC. main building. This is the extension building. So all of them would be going started the fox hunt here, and the first fox was hidden somewhere around here. So this has many reflections. As you can see, one wave can go here, reflect back, and come through this alleyway, or some other waves can reflect from this building and reach them. So they may think that fox is here or a fox is here. So it the reflections are a bit more challenging nowadays, and there are obstructions. So if the fox is here and my team is here, they will not be able to get an direct contact with the fox. It is a challenge. Second is the interference sources. The AC systems, I suppose these are AC systems, they look like one. They cause a lot of interference. If you stand near them in this area, you will get a hum. So your radio will be always showing a power signal max. So you could not easily locate the fox if you are anywhere around these interference sources. Uh, and the third and last one is lack of awareness. So like we want so there were enough registrations, but we think that they were not enough, as like there is not enough attention given to ham radio activities like fox hunts and other activities too. So today, college students, they are in a trend of AI, or like some celebrity or some cars are coming in the campus. So they will choose doing that over fox hunting or anything else. This they don't care if it will benefit or not, but they think it is cool to see celebrities or cars. Uh, yeah. So yeah, like. AI and machine learning are like now in trend, but uh, like it's outdated still. The more on the forefront is now quantum tech and quantum computers. Uh, and most students who attended Foxton, they were mechanical engineers. So like they attended it because they were curious about the event. So actually NTC once were chasing behind IT and CS. They wanted to go to go to this coding courses. They wanted to go to those AI workshops and all this, but they will not study in their actual study field, ENTC. Uh, so they actually think that the only jobs and only uh, field is the IT or computer science, and they will think that to get a job, I'll have to do IT and CS, I'll have to do coding. While these are skills that should help you in uh, your own study field, they ignore their own study field completely, and they chase behind these types of courses. So they choose not to go to a fox hunt over AI courses. And so let's conclude till now. So we learn about the history of fox hunts and its importance. As we know, Amelia Earhart, she died due to unable to due to her inability to fox hunt. We learned about the benefits of fox hunt. We also looked at other events, spirit and mail-in methods of fox hunt, and we did a case study on COIP. Uh, let's take a look at what we need to do. We need to have more fox hunt in colleges. We need to attract more students and youngsters into this hobby. If there are more students and youngsters, people will actually think, wow, this is a growing field. And we need to have fox hunts in public spaces so that the public will get curious about what are these guys doing with these clanky antennas roaming around the streets. So people will ask questions, and if you give them answers, they will, oh, I didn't know about these things happen today. So this is we should do more fox hunts in public spaces, and we have to get more fox hunts in colleges, and we should try not to do them at the face times when AI and machine learning workshops are happening. So, or some other college festival, because at those times, at the time of these things, they will prefer them more than the fox hunt. So they couldn't have, they cannot have the best of the both worlds if we do them both at the same time. So thank you all. That's my presentation now. It's a very short presentation, only 16 slides, uh, because I'm not actually the more experienced one here. So Rabbi sir, I will pass on to you.
Yeah, thank you, Parth, for this wonderful presentation. We really appreciate your efforts and keenness in the fox hunt. Before we go for question and answer, we have our friend VU2 Delta Hotel, Pune Das from Chennai, who is a veteran in fox hunting and winner of several fox hunt conducted in South. So I will request Das to proceed with his presentation. Over to Das.
Yeah, good morning, Vilas ji and all other friends. And I have really appreciate Parth for making such a wonderful presentation. The difference is that he's more technically qualified, unlike me. And I did everything only on experience. Like you rightly said, I would have participated in about 15 or 20 fox hunts in various part of southern India, where I have about close to 7 or 8 first prizes and things like that. Okay, so this is to be this kind of fox hunt has to be conducted more in colleges for the benefit of youth in their academic courses, and mm, there are you know that radio ARDF, amateur radio direction finding technology can be used in like in hunting, the identifying the animals that we see in TV media, like that. What he Parth present is more with more technical stuff, and um, I appreciate him again, and that's nothing more I have to add. Um, there are moving fox also. See, normally we experience or we talk about stationary foxes, but there are also moving fox, and there are foxes in 2 stages. Primarily, one first stage, and thereafter remote controlled or unmanned fox. It goes into 2 steps sometimes. So nothing more to add from my side. Over to you, Vilasji.
Thank you, Das, for this sharing. Now we will go for question and answer session. Please identify yourself and shoot out the question.
Hi, this is Bhavpreet. Thank you for this lecture. I'm very new to the ham, so my questions may be very naive. So, is there my question is there uh, like a restriction to the hardware that you can use while fox hunting, or anything is allowed?
I will answer this question for you. So there are legal limits and mode limits set on amateur radio licenses. So if you have a license and you are permitted to suppose transmit 50 watts on VHF, so you will have to use equipment that will transmit 50 watt as a beacon. If you are going on to the hunter sides, the seeker side, the participants, they will they have like no restriction because they are the receiving part. So there is generally no restriction on what you can use for receiving, but you should try not to go into make it so complex that it turns into a military grade radar, which can get you in trouble with the local authorities. But just an Yagi antenna or using different methods can work. Just don't make it like a radar. Don't steal something from military to do it. Just uh, that is the only restriction you will have on receiving the signals.
Got it.
Next question, please.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you. This is VU3 Sierra X-ray Lima, handle Srinivas, QTH Hyderabad. There is nothing. I just wanted to share a few comments and from my side. First of all, congratulations and an excellent presentation by Parth on the Foxent, on the recent workshop, antenna workshop, and the Foxent session there in that college. And also thanks Vilas ji for conducting and such kind of tech talk programs every time. So very happy to be part of it. So first, as I have been part of a couple of major events. On the, as he was talking about public events, one in Bangalore and one in Chennai. Even we were part of that around 30 kilometers radius. So it was a very good experience when you go out in public and seek out. In Bangalore, it was on the top of a hill. The fox was there. And in Chennai also, it was in some very resort kind of thing where farmhouse. So it was really interesting. You have to navigate through and all those things with different teams. You have to chase it and you have to find it. So I am not really experienced in that, but I participated with teams and we got third prize in Chennai. So having said that, public events, a lot of care has to be taken, especially when youngsters, because of road safety and other things and antennas, etc. So that is a completely different kind of thing. But here in Hyderabad, we lot of in NIT Warangal, they usually come and a lot of colleges come, even from Andhra Pradesh, the GMRT people, they come and they take some equipment from here and they conduct inside their campus the fox and things regularly. So that is generally happening and is very nice to see that this fox and game in the world of ham radio is really picking up in India as well, and especially youngsters. And part is I really like the way, apart from the technicality, as Mr. V2DH sir is telling, and he's definitely a veteran. And Parth has also mentioned about the nuances and the kind of things which we have uh, seen in the current youth aspects, like the AI, ML, or computers. Everybody is shifting to that. So that particular thing, we have to ensure how to motivate in this current scenario where youth are mostly actually oriented towards this AI, ML, or computers. Okay, everybody wants to see that. People will ask like, what if I want uh, like, will it give me any kind of job? Or but we have to. I feel that you have to mostly engage the faculty and ensure of the schools and colleges to ensure it's not about just the job or anything kind of thing. It's not like a old timer's hobby. When you say radio, naturally the people think it's a or outdated thing. So you should tell and convince them in such a manner as you have listed down all the points, bullet points, like this is about anybody, irrespective of mechanical, electronics, or whatever. He can have any skill. I mean, like when you say teamwork is there, communication is there, his focus is there, okay, and he has to start, technical skill is there. So it is a unique hobby for the college also, apart from the regular things. Okay, so like that, we have to try to motivate and conduct them and improve those things and these kind of things. So I would definitely say that a lot of things. These things should propagate and spread over all over colleges. It's happening slowly, but in Pune also, and Partha, I really appreciate at your age with this kind of technical knowledge and the kind of passion you are showing. So I was so really happy with your presentation personally, and I really wish you all the best. And you please try to give more such presentations as much as possible during virtual, and we can involve from other places of the India also. So that's all from my side. Just a quick feedback to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Srinivas, for this wonderful sum up. Last question we will take. We have some time, of course. But any more queries, please go ahead and identify your name. No more questions. Then shall I request Milin, VU2MSB to sum up? Milin, can you?
Ullas, I'm on phone with UDD. So you please close it, and then I will see in the afternoon.
Okay, so he is on landline. Anyway, thank you very much, Parth. Thank you very much, Das, Delta Hotel, and all the present on frequency. This we have recorded, so it will be shared with all the VU2 groups. And definitely it will give quite a good encouragement to youngsters to take up the hobby seriously. So I declare the presentation is over, and let us meet next month for another exciting and wonderful tech talk. See you further down the log. Have a nice day. Bye bye.